Hi, this is the Cat Man. Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining us this time during our holiday season where we celebrate the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. I just wanted to go over with you some tips for safety tips for your cats during the holidays. I mean, cats really love the Christmas trees, and we know that they really get into chasing stuff around, but there are some hazards we need to worry about during Christmas time. Number one, the biggest hazard during Christmas time, believe it or not, is not poinsettias. Everybody thinks that poinsettias are awful for cats, and that's true. They can be upsetting to their tummies, but they're not really the most poisonous things in the house during Thanksgiving. During Christmas. The most poisonous thing during Christmas time, believe it or not, for cats is mistletoe. Mistletoe's berries and leaves can be very toxic to cats and can very quickly kill them if not caught uh, when they've ingested it and gotten to the vet pretty quickly. The other thing is Christmas lilies. Christmas lilies can be deadly to cats. So anything that has to do with a lily, including onions, lilies, daffodils, anything like that, can be very poisonous to cats, and that includes Christmas lilies. So be on the lookout for those things. The next most dangerous thing in the house during Christmas time, believe it or not, is tinsel. Tinsel, especially the tinsel that goes on the tree, that's the hanging type, the real small foil type tinsel, that's made out of mylar and it's indigestible. What happens is that cats play with that tinsel and play with it, and they have a great time with it, but parts of it can be ingested and can wrap up in the intestines and very quickly kill a cat from their intestines losing the ability to have blood flow, and then they set in with peritonitis. And it's a very painful and sad way for your kitty to die. And if your vet doesn't have surgery on the kitty pretty quickly, the kitty can die. So it's not a good thing, especially if you have a cat in the house, and for that matter, babies, to have a lot of tinsel hanging around. Garland can be pieces of that too, although garland's not badly as bad for cats as tinsel is because it's not as long. The garland itself, they're very small. But so to be the safe side, try to stay with natural garland, or even better yet, some sort of artificial that's very tight and that's not mylar. The next thing that can be a problem, believe it or not, is the Christmas tree. Christmas trees are very enticing to cats. The smell and, of course, the branches, and they want to go outside and play. I mean, go into the Christmas tree and play because it reminds them of the outside, and they tend to climb to the top. So, as you can see, they very quickly can get to the top and the tree may topple over. So if you have a cat in the house that has a tendency to climb on the tree, most definitely anchor the tree to the floor with a very heavy base. Either that, you might want to put some pine cones around the base to inhibit them from getting to the trunk of the tree to be able to climb it, or just make it unattractive for them to get there. Really the best way to do that is try to use a great big piece of plywood on the bottom and screw the stand to the plywood and then put your tree, but that way the stand, the plywood will keep the tree from tipping over. So that's a good hint for also for toddlers. If you have small children in the house, that's a good tip to keep the tree from tipping over. Ornaments and lights. If you're going to have a kitty that's very active and wants to play with the ornaments, you may not want to put grandma's antique crystal ornament low on the tree. You might want to just put plastic and aluminum and metal ornaments that if they fall down, it's not going to be a big deal. Of course, that's also a good tip for toddlers. So, the lower part of your tree, at least the lower third, ought to be ornaments that you can live without. Soft ornaments, plastic ornaments, or aluminum ornaments. Ornaments that if they fall off the tree aren't going to be a big deal. So don't put your Star Trek collectible Spock ornament at the bottom of the tree, or don't put the light up crystal ornament right in the bottom of the tree. Try to keep the really nicer ornaments a little higher to keep your kitty off of them. Artificial snow spray, believe it or not, is not good for a kitty. They can ingest that stuff and it can be bad for their insides. It's basically liquidized plastic, and that plastic then hardens up, and when they ingest it, it can be bad for them. So it's not the most terrific stuff, especially a flock tree is not a good idea for a cat in the house. Let's see. One of the things you need to worry about also, let me check my notes here. One of the things that we need to talk about is chocolate. Chocolate's not good for cats or dogs, and there is some compounds in chocolate and that is called theobromides. They're poisonous to cats and dogs, and also raisins aren't good for cats either. So no raisin oatmeal cookies, no pieces like that. That's not good for your cats. The Let's see what. Oh, the one last thing: snow globes. Snow globes are not good for cats. That snow globe has a lot of swirling snow in it, and a lot of sometimes they have active things going on inside, and cats are very attracted to the motion, and they tend to want to play with snow globes. The problem with snow globes is that if they break, they often contain antifreeze. Antifreeze can very quickly shut down a cat's liver and kidneys and lead to death fairly quickly, especially if enough is ingested. So antifreeze is a big no-no for cats, and since snow globes contain antifreeze, at least a lot of them do, then it's probably not a good idea to have a snow globe where a cat can get it. So keep those snow globes in a very safe place, or make sure that you take them out and then put them back so the cat doesn't have an opportunity to knock them off a shelf or knock them off the table and get into them. So those things said, happy holidays. Lots of catnip toys. May not want to put those under the tree until the day of Christmas so the cat doesn't get into the presents. But catnip toys and things like that are very welcome for kitties, as well as all the other Christmas holiday fun. Please include your pets in the holiday. They enjoy the holiday too. And certainly include your kitties. Anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, and celebrate this joyous occasion where at least we get to take some time out and be nice to one another and give joy and peace to the world. Thank you from Catman and Catwoman and Kittentanz Cattery, and have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you very much.